Big news out of Washington. President Donald Trump has just announced new tariffs on lumber, cabinets, and furniture, and they could drive up the cost of building and furnishing homes across America. Today, we're breaking down exactly what these tariffs are when they hit, and what it means for your wallet, the housing market, and the broader economy. Here are the details. Starting October 14th, the U.S. will place a 10% tariff on imported softwood lumber and timber. Also on October 14th, a 25% tariff will apply to kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and upholstered wooden furniture. Then, on January 1st, tariffs rise further, 50% on cabinets, 30% on upholstered furniture. Trump says these tariffs are about national security and industrial resilience, aiming to boost American production, strengthen supply chains, and create jobs. But here's the complication. About 30% of the softwood lumber used in U.S. construction comes from Canada. Imports are already taxed with a 14.5% duty, and now builders will face even higher costs. Lumber is a critical ingredient in the U.S. housing industry, from framing homes to flooring and cabinetry. So when tariffs rise, construction costs rise, and that pressure often gets passed down to homebuyers. Home prices have already surged in recent years, driven by supply shortages and high demand. Economists warn that these tariffs could worsen the housing affordability crisis, pushing prices even higher at a time when buyers are already stretched. Furniture tells the same story. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, overall furniture prices are up 4.7% year over year. Living and dining room sets are up nearly 10%. Tariffs on China and Vietnam, two of the top furniture exporters, had already lifted costs. Now with new tariffs, that trend could accelerate. So why now? Trump argues that foreign producers are flooding the U.S. market with cheap lumber and furniture, undercutting American manufacturers. He's pointed directly to North Carolina, once the heart of America's furniture-making industry, saying tariffs will help restore U.S. competitiveness and jobs. The White House also framed this as a national security issue, claiming America has enough timber to meet its needs and should not depend on imports. Industry experts disagree. Yes, the U.S. has plenty of trees, but the country doesn't currently have the industrial capacity to supply all the lumber needed. Builders warn that tariffs will raise the cost of new homes, delay projects, and ultimately hurt consumers more than they help. Furniture retailers who rely heavily on imports say higher tariffs could reduce choice and increase prices even further. And Wall Street has noticed. Shares of Wayfair, RH, and Williams-Sonoma all tumbled as investors priced in higher import costs. Analysts say U.S.-based furniture makers might benefit in the long run, but in the short term, consumers and retailers are bracing for price hikes. So what does this mean for you? If you're planning to build or renovate, expect higher lumber and cabinet costs by the end of the year. If you're shopping for new furniture, prices could rise starting this fall, with bigger increases in early 2026. And if you're in the housing market, these tariffs could make an already tight and expensive market even tougher. These new tariffs mark a major shift in U.S. trade policy, aiming to revive domestic industries, but likely raising prices for millions of Americans. We'll be watching closely as they take effect in October and again in January. Stay tuned for updates on how tariffs, housing, and consumer prices all play out in the months ahead.